Calmer Waters 22. Please give your girl a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'd greatly appreciate it. How's everyone doing? I did want to come on here and talk about a topic that I've struggled with most of my adult life. But I do want to shed some light on this topic. Hold on one second. Because of this, I feel like the best way for us to maximize not having strong mental health issues is to, and I'm talking about going about this an organic way, is to really start working on these areas that we suppress within inside of ourselves fully. Okay, this is a healing journey, a personal healing journey. And if we're not going to be okay with looking at everything within inside of ourselves, not placing blame, okay? And I'm not saying that others haven't contribute to doing this, to causing us to have these energies, but is that changing anything about your healing? No, it is not, because blaming anyone and holding on to that only prolongs your forward movement and your healing, your ability to be on the highest timeline and highest version that you would like to be on. If you're going to continuously blame and deny that you need to work through these energies within inside of yourself, then there's no purpose in even tackling this, because it's going to be a methodical, long, drawn out process. You got to heal. You have to heal from so many things. And if you're not willing to do that, and you're just going to continuously blame people, get those people away from you that you are blaming. Start with that. Start there. Start moving away from these people that have literally caused you anguish. And maybe you will not feel so stuck and actually pulling back the onion layers of yourself, and you can heal yourself finally, because you're not wasting time blaming others that played a part in this trauma that, that's stored within your auric field. But you can still heal from it. So the topic that I wanted to talk to each and every one of you about today is denial. Okay? Denial causes confusion, distortion, ignorance. It causes so many lower vibe energies to take place, because the word holding yourself accountable is loosely thrown out, just like I love you, right? But when you really hold yourself accountable, you're out of the phase of denying your accountability for the energy that you have been operating in, and that you have distorted the healing process. You've distorted it. You've said to yourself, this is not really happening. And then you go on and you be ignorant about it. When in fact, if you took off your blinders, your rose-colored glasses, all these things that stop you from being in denial, you would see that there is an issue. And a lot of it has to do with your personal relationships. Half of us need to break free from these relationships because they are not serving us well. And there are so many layers to it that is so negative that it's time to stop being in denial about it, right? I'm thirsty, y'all. I gotta drink this water. I cannot stress this enough. If you're not willing to take off these rose-colored glasses and these blinders, then you might as well just call yourself a denial cat. Because you're not going to see what needs to be changed. You're not going to see what no longer resonates with you, and you're not going to have the strength and the ability and the courage to let these energies go out of your world. Okay? If you're raising kids right now, you probably haven't been doing a great job. I have kids too. I haven't been doing a great job. I'm consistent. I'm their mother. I'm not harming them. But I'm talking about holding them accountable so that they can be their highest version. Yeah, I'm working on me, but I'm not even extending that help to my children and making sure that they aren't being denial cats, and making sure they're holding themselves accountable, and making sure that, they're not making excuses for their behaviors. I'm not saying that I haven't put in the effort to show them these ways, but I haven't been doing it in a macro energy that I need to. It's been on a more micro, the smaller version. And it's time for me to step that shit up. I need to put it on a high alert. And it doesn't have to be me being angry. None of that. It has to just make sure that I'm consistent and that I stick with the vision that I have for our children and how we would like to see them thrive in their best capacities, right? So if it's the children, it's so many things that people deal with, and who they're around or whatever. There's just so many changes that need to be made in your world, and you got to stop denying that they need to be changed. You got to stop using addictions and things like that to cloud your freaking vision. Addictions could be anything. It could be shopping, drugs, alcohol, porn. It's so much shit out here to be addicted to. Because why? Addictions are band-aids. They are like, and my voice elevated because Spirit's like, speak that shit. Okay? Addictions. Oh, I have to work out. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta just get away from the freaking things that are right here that you don't want to fix and you don't want to face. That's not gonna keep working. It's gonna block you some way in your life, or your it's going to block your highest version of yourself if you keep distracting yourself with addictions. I have to watch this show every Tuesday night and fuck everybody else. That's an addiction, and no, you don't need to watch it every Tuesday night, and maybe you should turn the whole shit off altogether and give it a break for 90 days. Hell, I don't know. But you need to stop with the addictions and the distractions and the denial and all this crap that is not allowing you to ascend. I was about to say ascend to the highest version that you so want, desire, claim you can't live without it, right? Then why are you being distracted all the time? Why are you denying everything that God's showing you? If it keeps coming up in your world and it is irritants, it's because you need to pay attention to it. And you needed to address it in a different manner that you already have been addressing it. Because your old potato soup and your old freaking mayonnaise and mustard and everything else that needs to be thrown out is not working anymore. It's not making the sandwich taste good. It isn't making the pot roast taste good. The shit is played out. Right? And until you're ready to recognize that, this is what causes anxiety. This is what causes anxious energy. This is what causes depression, sadness, the inability to know that everything is going in your favor and you will come out victorious but it has to start with you being willing and able to look at the bullshit around your life. Like, come on. I don't care if you haven't had one argument this week. There's something lurking that needs to be changed. All you're doing is denying it. That's all you're doing. And there's not really a better word that I can convey to you to get you to start paying attention to the things that you don't want to look at. The only thing that I can say is, if you keep operating and carrying on in this energy, this type of stuff leads to a long-term dis-easement within your auric field. Okay? It starts festering. It starts, like, if you have pains in your legs, your thighs, your arms, wherever, your whatever, that is stored energy that needs to be released for good. Okay? And it needs to be replaced with you starting to be more honest with yourself. Once you're more honest with yourself, you can be more honest with others. And then you can see that the denial energy starts fading away. Because now you're a person who tackles things without shying away from them. Or putting a band-aid on it and saying that scratch never happened. When in fact it did. So I know this video was, me just talking about denial and all these other aspects, but I really hope it just channels a thought within your own mind, your own essence, that we as a collective, including me, are not going to be where we really truly want to be and be peaceful and operating in calmness if we can't face the music and we can't face the true story that has been played out in our personal journeys and that haven't been showing any returns. You're not getting anything on your investments, darling. Whether that's your relationship investment, your job, your creativity, you're not getting anything on it because shit is still distorted. And until we clean up the distortion, the confusion, you know, a lot of this starts with yourself. It's usually a self-imposed problem. It's yourself that needs to be shedding the light on. You gotta shed the light on yourself. It's you, baby. It's you, baby. You the problem. You wanna know why you the problem? Because you've accepted bullshit for too long, which now made you a bullshitter. And now that you know that you've accepted bullshit, maybe, just maybe, got these, I swear, it's like, I do a video, right, y'all? And I don't talk about NPCs a lot or non-valuable characters in our dimension in this 3D, but it's just funny to me. It's just like they're always popping up. Boop, 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 boop. And I think it's hilarious. But anywho, moving on. It's a self issue. Because anyone can do anything to you, right? If you allow it, if you accept it, they can make you feel stupid, small, whatever. If you allow it, if you accept it, and we all have, and as we keep doing that, we create stored bullshit inside of us, stored energy, stored negative energy, and then we start operating in a sucky energy. And it takes a big freaking person to be like, you know what? It's me. Once I start changing all this shit about myself that I've allowed others to pile on top of me when it's not even my true personality, my true essence, my true blueprint, then I don't have to be in denial. I don't have to use addictions to put band-aids on. I can just take care of these things like that. And guess what? I will love myself more. I will not beat myself up. I will accept failures because they're really not failures. They're just lessons, and it's just a stumbling block on the journey to get to where I need to go. If it was so easy, this shit would be boring. Like, come on. Then you can start accepting these things and being grateful and actually using that as a tool to be happy, because now you're like, oh my God, I'm actually creating energy, magic, whatever, because things are happening. Oh, that didn't work out, but it's okay. I'm going to try that. Now I know that this didn't work out in this way, so I can go try it another way. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, right? You start thinking and looking at things in that way. I have drinks on top of drinks, y'all. Listen, I live in a hot place. What you want me to do? I got my water. My family's from New York, okay? I'm a West Coast baby. They from New York, so it is what it is. I got my water. Stop being a denial cat. Let's do this, y'all. Listen, let's stop crying about this shit and being in some low vibe baby boo bullshit. And let's start really tackling these areas within ourselves so that we can heal. I'm rooting for y'all. I'm rooting for myself. And I know that you got this. You just gotta believe you got this, okay? And get these funky dunky people away from you. Listen, It's played out like an 8-track. They can go somewhere else and try to rebuild an 8-track, and you can go ahead and get the new high-powered shit that plays music, okay? We don't need to keep mulling over the same old mulch. Let the asses go so you can start your healing. And then you can start looking at yourself like, dang, it was me. It wasn't me. Oh, it was you, baby. It wasn't me. Oh, it was you. It wasn't me. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, no, it wasn't. Yeah. So, I love all y'all. I got to go in here and do some, I don't like the word grocery shopping. Ew. I got to go in here and get some products, some food products, some nourishment. For me and the fam bam. But I love y'all. Y'all got this. Please do it. Work on yourself. Denial is not the key. Addictions suck. We ain't doing it no more. And you got this. And you got this. And you got this. Okay? Okay? Believe in you. Know that you got this. No, just because you found out a bunch of fucked up shit about yourself, that doesn't mean you're the end of the road. This means you're at the beginning. Now you can clear it all out and start anew. Okay? Please do that for yourselves. Because I'm doing it for me. And it feels great. So until next time, take care.